Melee! I'm just a girl. What's up, you guys? It's Shaky. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to talk about my top 10 tips for world building as a DM. I guess this doesn't have to be if you're just a DM, but if you like writing as well. My top world building tips for DMing and writing, for both, okay? Let's go. Number one, I'm mainly going to be talking as if you're a DM right now, okay? Obviously, if you're trying to write a book or something, some of this won't matter. Some of it will. Take it with a grain of salt. If you're a DM, not everything has to be original, okay? If you're making a homebrew world, obviously it's fun to homebrew everything. But if you get sick and tired of trying to make every single little thing original, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. As a DM, you're already doing a lot, and your players are already super thankful for everything you're doing. Do not kill yourself over trying to make a whole new pantheon. If you want to do that, go for it. But sometimes it's okay to keep the original gods from the D&D handbook, or to steal the Greek gods. You don't have to make your own new pantheon. So in general, it's okay if you want to steal. I feel like every time I say steal, but it's okay if you want to steal content, okay? No one's gonna care. It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. Like, otherwise you're just gonna make things eerily similar to the Greek gods, and everybody's gonna be like, this is the Greek gods, and you're like, yeah, but Athena's called Jeff. Like, that's not gonna make sense. Steal. Use Google Translate. And I mean this to make new words. If you do go the route of not stealing, use Google Translate, look up the word magic, play through the languages and see what comes up, see how they say magic, what their spelling looks like, and start to mesh the words together. So you can take the prefix of the German word for magic and the suffix for the Italian word for magic and match them together, and now you have a new word that means magic. Boom. It's easy as that. You do not have to kill yourself over trying to think of something new. Everything that you make, somebody's gonna find something wrong with it and say it sounds like something else, so you just know what? Just f it. Number 3, kind of relating to the last rule. If you don't want your words to sound weird, or your made up terms to kind of sound like a sexual innuendo, just talk to your friends. Sometimes it's embarrassing sharing your creative ideas. If they're really your friends, they're not gonna care. So talk to them and tell them what you have planned in your world. What are some of the terms? Let them poke holes in it. Let them be like, that sounds like a vulgar word. Or if it sounds really stupid, they'll let you know. They're your friends. They'll be brutally honest with you, just like mine are. They make me cry. Just kidding, I can't. Bleep that out. That's too much drama.
Because of the brain tumor.
Yeah, it's because of the brain tumor. And then talk to your friends. Sometimes, guess what? Your friends are smart. They're cool, right? I hope so. And they're gonna have cool ideas, and they're gonna say something, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. I should include that. That should be the thing that I do. It's okay to collaborate. Everything doesn't have to be 100% original. Number 4, don't bog yourself down with the details. You can do that if you want to, but I'm saying, for the most part, don't do it. So like, if you're looking at your overall general world, maybe just create snippets for each country that you have with a 1-word line, what they're known for, where's the capital, who rules it. That's really all you need to know. You don't really need to delve deep unless your party or your characters are going to be entering that country. Then you can get really specific with where they actually are. Maybe you are actually figuring out what buildings they are near and what the culture is like more in depth where they are. But for the overarching thing, you can just write a few bullet points to get your general concept of each area. Just be nice to yourself, okay? Don't beat yourself up. No one has the time, okay? And if you do have the time, good for you. But most people don't have the time, okay? So it's okay to just write a couple bullet points and know the gist of things. Plus, that gives you room to change things more, at least I think, should you want to. But it kind of leads into number 5, because my 5th one is make maps. I love maps. Maps are so helpful. They're gonna help you visualize where everything is. If you are writing a bullet point for each country, you can see where they are and what the climate would be like based on where they are to the equator. And you can see how long it would take from point A to point B. You can make a big world map. You can make a little city map. You can make a little castle map. It doesn't matter. Just make maps. They're gonna help you so much. They help me. I like visualizing. And I can't visualize if I don't have a map. Number 6, have a whiteboard or a notebook where you can dump your thoughts. I use a virtual whiteboard, okay? Who has room? Not me. Basically what you need is something where you can word vomit all of your thoughts and not feel like you have to take every single thing ever from what you've written down. So you want somewhere you can word vomit everything, and anytime you have an idea, just write it down. This could be in the notes app in your phone. This could be a literal notebook that you carry around with you. Like I said, I use World Anvil, not sponsored, whiteboard feature. I'm a grandmaster, yeah. Anyways, that's the subscriber tier that I am. Not the full. I'm poor. Anyways, they have a whiteboard feature where I can just write in a bunch of my thoughts in there. I'm sure there's other sources online as well that you can use, but just anytime you get an inspiration, that way you can just write it down wherever you are and come back to it later when you're able to take the time and work on your world building. Number 7, read. Just consume content. Movies, TV shows, animes. I guess those are TV shows. Reading. Literally just consume content. It's going to be the number one thing to help you get ideas for your world building. When you're watching the movie, you can kind of break down the world building as you're watching it, seeing how the cultures came to be and everything. When you're reading, you can do that as well. Just read, consume content. You're gonna get so many more ideas if you just consume content. Not Instagram Reels. That's not gonna help. Or TikTok. I guess maybe you can, but I would prefer you read or watch a movie. I feel like that would be overall better. Also, if you want to watch our TikToks, there's some pretty cool things happening. Go follow, please. We need interaction. It's sad. Why were we stuck in the 200 jail for so long? Look at real life examples. So I like to look at my hometown and try and think about what was the land like before people started settling here? What were some of the first shops that would have had to set up here in order to create a town or a city? And how did it expand? And if you don't like thinking that hard, you can also just research it. You could just read about that. But I think it's fun sometimes to try and think of it yourself and what it would have needed. It's a fun little word game, I guess, to do with yourself, okay? And that's gonna help you think about when you're making your towns or your cities, what are the necessities that the people are going to need there? What are some things they would have put in for fun once they started getting enough materials and gold? Number 9, don't get overwhelmed. I know. It's like telling somebody with anxiety, don't be anxious. Stupid tip, bro. What I meant was if you get overwhelmed, take a step back, take a breath, you're gonna be fine, okay? Look up a little world building questionnaire. There's gonna be tons of questions and just start going through them and answering them. If you're looking at the whole big picture, you can start to get bogged down by the details and how much you have to do. So if you follow a questionnaire or a template, it can be a lot easier to just answer a question at the time. And then when you're answering those questions, it might spark inspiration for you and you can finally answer that question that you have been mulling over and been stuck on for weeks. Number 10, I say this in every video, have fun, okay? It's a hobby, okay? Unless you're a professional DM, and if you are, I don't know why you're taking advice from me because I'm not a professional DM, okay? Maybe you should be making the video then, okay? So I'm talking to the general populace here. It's just a game. It's just a hobby. Just have fun. If you're not having fun world building, why are you doing this to yourself? Stop. Walk outside. Look around. The sun is shining, maybe, if you're not nocturnal, okay? This is gonna get inspirational in a second here, okay? I feel it coming. But literally, no one asked you to do this. I'm assuming you are doing it to yourself, okay? So if you're overwhelmed, take a deep breath. Remember, you're doing this for fun. Let's all take a deep breath together. Cam, do this with me because otherwise it's gonna be weird because it's just me in this room, okay? Thank you, Cam. Nobody could probably really hear her, but she did do it with me, so. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much. If you have any world building tips or advice, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm so sorry. Shaking out. You need a new cord.
I do.
It's hanging on by a thread, people.
This is my
Just like my hopes and dreams. Please comment and subscribe. Don't like.
So that we don't like.
No, don't
dislike.
Like. Only dislike this video. Let's make this the most disliked video on all of YouTube. Actually, please don't. I'm very sensitive. Please like this video.
Maybe this will make this one. Let's make this the biggest disliked video.
Yeah, just world building tips for DMs. Biggest disliked video on all of YouTube.